Well, good evening, internets. It's me, DP Knudten, with another edition of Bookward Bound, my 301-day journey from I should really do this to done. And what am I getting done? I'm getting this baby done. Yeah, this is actually a printed, my very first copy of a proof version of the book from Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing platform. And I'm going through it with a fine-tooth comb, looking for things to fix, to change, to improve, etc., etc. And I'm doing a little bit of this every night until December 31st, because that's the night the book has to be done, because it's getting uploaded as press-ready PDF files to Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing platform. Yeah, this is just crazy. But tonight is episode 291, which means I've got 10 left before this book has to be completely done. And that's what I've been working on. That's why I'm working so diligently to get this done. And earlier today, I was going through the book and looking for things that need corrections with a blue pen. And that'd be my big hint. If you're proofing a book, always proof with a blue pen. A red pen is too judgmental, if you ask me. A black pen doesn't have enough contrast between what corrections you're making and the type inside the book. But a blue pen, that makes everything easy to see and easy to find. So last night, let's see, where did I leave off? I left off on page 44, which actually has changed a little bit because I've added a few pages, like some blank pages in here, just to make sense of the pagination, the sections. Sometimes it's better to have a blank page at the beginning of a section. So let's see where I was. When I left off at 44, it's actually right before Welcome to the Task Economy page, which is this one, because it has a screenshot. And I can go here because I want to hit that with bold for sure. And I want to make sure that this is a strike through. So I'm hitting Command D in order to make sure that this is a strike through. It is a strike through, but it's very strange. Hey, Rattle Pro. Nice to see you again. I'm continue going through this. Should I do a double strike through? Let's see what that. No. Double strike through is a little bit more obvious. Yeah, let's do that. What the heck? It's a judgment call, and I'm judging that that's what I'm going to do. So I'm on page 45, going through, and I'm adding one of my favorite punctuation marks, a long dash right here to give some accent to the sentence. That's the number of Americans facing a really hard truth that they are probably completely unaware of. Do you see how I took that big breath? That's why I put a long dash in there. It's a signal that I'm accentuating the thing that follows it. Got it? Yeah, I'm not a grammar Nazi. I'm a grammar play around with her. I took enough English to know what's right and wrong, and I will often do what's technically wrong to make it interestingly right. All right, so on the next page, I've got a weird square bracket there for no damn reason. Okay, this is interesting. This looks like it's at 11 point type while the rest of the book is at 10, which means somewhere along the road, I did not designate this as paragraph copy. Paragraph copy has a certain styling, and it was actually 1 point larger than that paragraph copy styling because I had never designated it as paragraph copy. So, all right, is not performing brilliant in obscurity is not a winning strategy. Does that look? Yeah, that works better. And again, I'm making a lot of these changes by how it looks on paper, not how it looks on screen. No, with no expensive PTO or health benefits required. That. All right, so here's the question. Can I fit all that on one line? No. Talent is purely qualitative, and the only way to prove your quality is to demonstrate it. All right, we'll leave that. Leave that. Convinced that having a job, convinced that having a job that performs the task is not a long-term career positive strategy. Good. Bold. Trade. Beyond. I'm hitting some of these lines with bolding just because I want to give them a little bit of heat and call them out for people who aren't going to highlight the book. And it's arguable that since taste is the prime function, yeah. All right. Many years ago, I used to collect different conductors and symphonies, recordings of George Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue. After hours of listening to different conductors' interpretations of this modern, I don't need the in there, of this American masterpiece, of this modern, don't need modern in there. Created massive differences in each performance's feel, emotion, and impact. But here's the thing. Moving on, next page. Top level. These world-class recordings. Talents aren't what you want. They're what you are. That you actually are. Good. Talents aren't what you want to be good at. They're what you I don't need already actually are. How about that? Yeah. Down here, talking about Alex Haley, petty officer. Oh, got a bad break. Like the example of discovering your talent. I see. This is something. How about basic instead of fundamental? He discovered something basic about himself and humanity. Yeah, okay. Looking back now, I see his story as a perfect example of someone discovering their talent. So can I get this on one line if I condense the type by 0.25? Condense by 0.25 points. Yep, I get it on the same line. It doesn't look too bad. We're golden. Moving on. Something fundamental about himself were available to Black Americans. Respond with such with girlfriends who would always with great joy with great joy at the quality of the letters received. I can still remember reading this story in his biography. My interest, la 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 la, yep. Discovered his greatest talent only after serving. I remember reading in his biography that I've already said reading in his biography a bunch of times. I remember reading that when he realized others would pay him, yep, a viable Coast Guard career option. And that was, and I had a stroke, and was directly responsible for and that anecdote stuck with me for years and was directly responsible for my nearly 30-year career doing the same in the same doing this, and was directly responsible for my nearly 30-year career doing the same marketing. Doing the same thing in the marketing sector. And let's see how that looks. And that anecdote stuck with me for years and was directly responsible for my nearly 30-year career doing the same thing in the marketing sector. Same thing. Yeah, I think that's fine. And to be more specific on the creative side of the fence, I didn't like, so I got rid of it. But that's me. Now, what about you? Can I get that on the same line? Advanced, condensed by 0.25 point. Bingo. That works. Meet those very specific, to meet those specific people needing read on, execute the strategies in this book, and there's no better time to do exactly that. That works. Got a your situation going on. But whatever you age, no. But whatever your age. Yeah, I'm going through it. It's funny. I'm going through and getting rid of all my parenthetical clauses or comments and stuff because they're just too cute. My father used to say that if there's a hard way to do anything, I'd find it. Yep. you don't own it. If you don't own it, it's not yours. What are That's the stage in your career when you're unquestionably blah, blah, blah. For the company that you don't own. Yeah, I can do this. Let's do that. For the company that you don't own, it makes perfect economic sense, too. It makes perfect economic sense. Why let two or three cheaper folks go when you can just get rid of the biggest salary in the payroll? That happened to me twice. For years I worked, but that was not, in fact, that was not the case. Bum, bum, bum. And still. And why not? When they had no idea what your brand oh, hold on. Only you could deliver the kind of work your brand wanted and deserved. Then discover that was not the case. But that's the power of branding. Is Rosetta Stone. It's not a Rosetta Stone monument. Of rock and roll history. So let's read that aloud, shall we? If you are old enough to remember the first Beatles 45 RPM single you ever heard like it was yesterday, for me it was She Loves You played, and that should be italicized. Played circa 1968 at Bert Smith's house in Valparaiso, Indiana. Just being so close to that monument to rock and roll. All right. Let's go in N. Just being so close to that monument to rock and roll history was thrilling. I think I can drop. Yep. Let's do that. We got the Beatles in there, the Beatles. But I do this a lot. But guess what? Down here. But I didn't in the only agency. In that case, Selah hurts. And in this case, Selah hurts. Only people who benefit from lack of a personal brand? Question mark. Everybody. The only people benefiting from your lack of a personal brand, or the people. Yeah, let's see. Can I get it? One. condensed by the people benefiting from everybody but you. The people benefiting from your lack of a personal brand, everybody. How can I say that differently? The people benefiting from your lack of a personal brand, everybody but you. How about if we break it here? The people benefiting from your lack of a personal brand, everybody but you. Okay, I like that. That's fine. Oh, Wired Magazine? No, it's not Wired Magazine. It's Fast Company. See? Okay, good. I fixed that. 1997 Fast Company. Right. It's not easy, but if you really care about telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about you, the brand, about you, the brand, comma, about you, the brand, comma, the work is definitely worth it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Up. Let's go ahead and center that, drop it down, and then give it a little bit of font size heat. Come on. There we go. Why? Because your X years are coming. And the best time to prepare for them is now. Moving on. What is nonfiction branding? Make sure that that is, in fact, a left reading page. Or a right reading page. Am I going to have 2 pages of blank? Yeah. Because that'll be a right read, a left read, and then a right read. Because I want my sections to start on a right read. Can I get this all in one line? No, I can't. There's no way. Why have you? You haven't said it. DP. E comma. You haven't said it yet, but you didn't create a brand for me. You listen. And then you saw me. Your work, I felt seen. We're way better than how I describe myself. It was that moment of clarity of yes, that is who I am. Yes, that is who I'm trying to be. And somebody else sees it and can codify that. Thank you for saying that. And that looks fine. The way they do. Get rid of that. Period. App L. Like if you're in a big consumer like Procter and Gamble, you'll create a new version. You come up with a new backstory. La la la. Creative writing. Nonfiction is not creative. Oh, let's leave that in there. About creative writing. It's not archaeology. It's mining. Being. Yeah, truly nonfiction. Tighten that up just a little bit. An excerpt from a nonfiction brand episode. Ones. Lero. Brand. There you go. That fits better. Sometimes it's just about what fits on the page. Next page. A logo is not a brand. We all pretend to know, but in actuality, there's a great deal of variance in how we define about how we define it. But brands focus something more permanent. Relationships, plural, or building lifelong relationship. Lifelong relationship. Yep. I don't want to repeat myself too damn much in here. Relationship. After all, a lifelong relationship can have multiple focus on building relationships After all, having a lifelong relationship. When it wasn't Dr. Pepper, as a side note, that doesn't need to be brought up. Green glass bottle only then. Entire user experience made possible. Here's an example. Coca-Cola and ever. Whole grain. Served in that. Never pause. Okay, while I don't drink many soft drinks these days, when I do, I want a full-blown Coca-Cola. And whenever possible. Served in that good old nice old green glass bottle. And that good old nice cold green glass bottle. Coca-Cola. I want a full-blown Coca-Cola. Yeah. I took a naturally contrarian position. I grew up in a Pepsi house. What the hell is that? Where the heck? And it's a trip back. When it wasn't Dr. Pepper. Very nice. I took a reflexive contrarian position at every possible opportunity. I'm a natural da-da-da-da. When I think of going to Saliva, Kansas. Where did I go? User experience. Not to be taken lightly. User experience, yep, that's right. Familiar green glass bottle, yep. New Coke. Minutia. I'm not here to relay the minutia of what happened. When I do, I want a full-blown Coca-Cola served in that good old green glass. Ice cold green. I don't need the ice cold. It's superb. Or I could put the ice cold, a full-blown ice cold Coca-Cola. I want Coca-Cola on the same line, so full-blown Coca-Cola served in that good old green. Good old green glass bottle. Good old green. Happened when? You want to point out blah, blah, blah. Next stuff. Wood set up. Coca-Cola got scared. It did. And their results were similar. Were consumers' tastes changing? Coca-Cola were boycotts were started. Petition signed. There's a reason this book is nonfiction brand. It's because there are way too many fictional branding. The fact is, brand aligned. Brand aligned. That doesn't mean you have to buy into it. It has yet the brand has a consumer satisfaction scores that rival those of blah 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 blah. Can I fit this on the same? Condensed by point. Yay, it worked. Ooh, but share or profit share? Profit share or profit? What do you have in common with a pork belly? Commodities. Ooh, I gotta get that. Dense by point. Oh, we read all about that. You can check it out. That won't fit. Yeah, that'll be perfect, but brands. A replaceable cog. One space. Yeah, it's just one space. Take it for granted and swapped out. Let me give you making up for it. I've spent the last several years, after 25 years, after 22 plus years of not attending networking or business meetup events, I've spent the last several making up for it by regularly getting out of my comfort zone and into a number of venues and groups that welcome professional interaction. One was business card first style event where it felt like a card trading convention, trading card trading convention, where the one who collected the most business cards wins, where the my go-to business, corrected that, communicating, demonstrating, I've been demonstrating for months, brand, day one. And so get off your but you need get off your commodity butt and start branding you and your business. Try that one on for size. I think they'll like the fit. All right. Next page. E, the red gummy bear. We have a comma there that is not needed. What happened nearly every single time I was paging through workbook. Comma. What happened nearly every single time I was paging through issues of workbook what happened was the sudden and wholly unexpected arrival of a creative idea. Creative idea. Shared. One. The images in the public. Images I'd seen. Maybe not fully fleshed out, ready for publication, but a seed of an idea. Discovered, while not actively looking for, while not acting. One. Specific. One. General browsing. My more focused searches taking tagged photos that illustrate specific. Specific. Dictionary. I want a different specific. Particular. Well, not actively looking for a particular one. And that brings me to the red gummy. Can I get that on one line? Condensed by 0.25. Oh, dang it. Looking for specific. Looking for certain. Well, not active. Not looking at certain photo. Red gummy bear. I don't have any work with anymore because the internet redundant doorstops. Pixabay.com is one of my favorites. And then I found it. For free. Pixab. And then I found it for free on Pixabay. Photo by a photographer. A picture may be worth 1,000 words, but commodity and unique are just didn't seem to hang out a lot. And then I found it for free on Pixabay. A photo by a photographer named Ronnie. Right there. Highly credentialed. Pros like medical doctors. As we're in the midst of 20 pandemic. It's kind of global. So now we're getting into the Roger stuff. Film. Picture all that. Picture this. Knowing all that about that. Okay, this. Got size and position this son of a buck. Square. Position. Lock anchor. Okay. So this I need to make it top and bottom. Text wrapping. Okay. So oh, I hate Word for this. I hate Word, period. I really do not like. Do the old squint technique to see if it's centered. Close enough. It's amazing. Picture this, knowing that. But his brand. His back is to me, but his brand is slapping me across the face. He's slapping me. Stat. His brand was slapping. His back was. To me. Apparently, picture this, knowing that. I was not the only one with that strategy. Instagramming from my phone. For a minute or two, I looked up, and just about 10 feet in front of me was a guy with a light blue, heavily embroidered shirt. His back was to me, but his brand was slapping me across the. All right, that's cool. Bring them brand's personification. Dude had a shoulder area. The expert plumber. And believe me, did not disappoint. See his story. You will. Try to get this all up on one line. See. Oops, that won't work. His point and his story. And his personal brand story. You will now see. Believe me. Believe me, he did not disappoint. There we go. Amazing. Some bold. That deserves a little bold. Roger Wakefield. Social media is. He, like me, came along, and with no distinct agenda other than came along with no and how it might be able to advance his business goal. Daryl Eves, spelled correctly there. Respectable. Okay, so let's go to Texas. Green Plumbing. There's the dude. With the
My name's Roger Wakefield. I'm the responsible master plumber at Texas Green Plumbing.
12171. Writing. But he's nailed his who, what, when, where. Tell you, this Roger guy has hacked YouTube and other channels. Like a digitally native millennial. He's nowhere near a millennial age. Let's leave that there. It certainly has, boldly goes, has certainly become perfect style stage. Okay, I gotta look up that. Make note. Style stage. I gotta make those consistent throughout. So insert text box. Proudly embraces who he authentically is. Let's make it a stack here. Importantly, he's walking. I don't think this will fit, but let's see. Condensed by 0.25. Okay. Yay. is completely you walk. That works. Okay, we go through his age. Let's go ahead and page this out. Remember his wife. Just by the time you get home. The Dane. The ancient Dane. Dane and me admires. Frieslander. 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 Friesland, Frische. Friesland. No, that's not. Ancient Dane. Let's keep it Dane. Yeah, let's keep it Dane. The ancient Dane. Dane in me admires the way this Texas Viking burned his longboats on the shores of YouTube, and guess what? It worked. And continues to work brilliantly. YouTube. Okay, let's. Loved it. I mean, that is just me, wife, and stepson. Marketing team now consists of 4 full-time staff. When you're doing nonfiction branding right. Right. Careful what you wish for. Because it's going to happen. Okay. I'm not going to be able to get the full thing on the previous page, so. Sure that changes made. But never forget, your mundane activity gives you valuable, makes you in others. Question is, those eyes seeing you in action? To be an expert. All right, leave it. And that's where I left off. So that, in fact, is where I'm going to leave off for tonight and come back tomorrow with another bunch of pages to correct, because I tell you this.